guys, okay, welcome to another active stretch and recovery with core moves. So today we're going to be doing some Pilates, and it's a little bit of a power Pilates sequence, so it's not really one of those just lie down and stretch sort of recovery days. We're definitely going to be working through our power sequence and our core sequence, as well as just warming the body up and mobilizing it a little bit. So we're going to start standing up, come towards the back of your mat to begin with. Get your feet set up in parallel and hip distance apart. And then just pick up your toes and let's just set our body up. So you just want to lengthen out the sides of the waistline, relax the shoulders, draw that imaginary string up through the spine, pull the navel in as much as you can. I just ate a bunch of donuts, so mine isn't coming in so far at the moment. And then just feel the weight ground through your feet, all of your feet, the ball of the foot, the heel of the foot. Feel the stretch in the arch of the foot. Feel the heaviness in your shoulders as they gently pull away from the ears, the fingertips coming heavier towards the floor. And now we're just gently going to nod our chin and stretch out the back of the neck. So we're not going to come into a full forward fold yet. We just want to feel that heaviness as we draw the chin down, but rather than jamming it into the chest, we feel like we're lengthening the crown of our head away from our shoulders. So you get this deep stretch right in your upper trapezius. And then just stack the head back up and roll the shoulders back. 3, 2, 1, and then nod the chin again. Feel that length, and then this time bring the hands a little bit closer towards the floor. So flex that thoracic spine. Keep your pelvis perpendicular to the floor, still starting to wake up the back line of the body as you stretch the body forward a little bit more. And then a little bit more. And keep hugging the navel up and in, so you really want to feel that connection with the abdominals and allow the hands to get heavier and heavier. And then soften the knees and relax all the way down. Just clasp your hands into your elbows and maybe gently sway side to side a little bit or bounce up and down, and just let your torso be heavy on your sacroiliac joint. And you spin around a bit, stretching out those hamstrings. Mine are a little bit tight, so this feels absolutely wonderful in a not so wonderful kind of way. And just enjoy your breath, and maybe take this time to connect with your breath and remind yourself to breathe in through your nose into that posterior rib cage, feeling the rib cage expand into your back, and then drawing the rib cage together, knitting it together in the front of your belly. And then release the hands and roll your spine up, trying to stack your body back perpendicular with the mat, relaxing the shoulders down and back and lifting up in the head. And then we're going to roll down again, nodding that chin, pulling the navel in, really enjoying that stretch in the spine. So feel like you're trying to stretch each vertebrae away from the one next to it, maybe feeling that little bit of a tug in your lower back as you articulate down. Softening the knees if you need to come into that full forward fold. And then you're just going to bend your knees if you need to bring your hands to the floor and begin to soften the knees and bring your hips lower and lower and lower until you come into a squat. Now, if your heels are lifted in your squat, that's okay, but try and push them down and keep that weight over the arch of your foot. And then finding the power in the back of the legs, begin to push into the heels, the arch of the foot, and tip the body back forward and roll the body back up, one vertebrae at a time, lengthening all the way up back to your starting position. And now we're just going to reach our arms up overhead and then pull the elbows back and push the chest forward. Feel like you get this real nice lengthening in the spine and this stretch through the front of the pec muscles. And then exhaling, reaching those hands back up overhead, and this time we're going to sit the hips down with the hands overhead, keeping the chest lifted, the belly pulled in, slowly pulling those hips towards the heels. Hands come down to the mat, and then push through the heels. Find the power in the back of the legs to tip the body forward into your forward fold. Just stay and breathe in that forward fold for a nice deep inhale, and then on your exhale, articulate that spine back up again, stacking the body perpendicular to the mat, lengthening the spine, one vertebrae at a time, sweeping the arms up overhead as you come to standing, and then pull the elbows wide in that cactus pose, Lengthening the chest, lengthening the spine, and pushing the heart forward. Exhale, reach the hands up overhead, palms facing each other, knees coming over the toes into that deep squat. All the way down, as low as you can go. Hands come to the mat, belly to the thighs, tip yourself forward again into that deep stretch. Inhale into the back of the ribcage, exhale, roll your body back up, gluing the glutes to the back of the thighs, stacking the vertebrae one at a time on top of each other till you come all the way to standing. Sweep those arms overhead. Last cactus stretch, push those elbows back, lengthen the sternum, lengthen the thoracic spine, keep the belly in and the glutes connected. And then exhale, reach those hands up overhead and come back into your squat. Only come halfway in your squat this time, and then slide your right foot back into a high lunge. Now from here, you're gonna drop your knee down, bring your hands towards the floor, lift both legs up, straighten up, strong and powerful. Drop the hands down, push it up. Just waking up the knee joint, waking up the shoulder joint, pushing strong through those legs, keeping that back glute contracted the whole time. Power through those legs, keep the shoulders nice and wide. 2 more for me. Feeling that little bit of shake and embrace in that back leg. Last one. Push it up and then tilt over the front leg, keeping your legs as straight as possible. Bring your hands towards the mat, then soften the front knee. Slide the back knee and bellies to the thighs, and then tip forward into your forward fold. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, roll your spine all the way up, stacking each vertebrae, sweeping the arms overhead, and then keeping them up overhead. This time we're going to come back into that little half squat. Slide the left foot back into your high lunge. Now we're going to drop the knees, tap it to the floor, straighten everything up. Bring it down. Allow your hands to rotate naturally with those overhand circles. Keep that left glute contracted the whole time to keep your hips square, your shoulders square, your spine nice and long. Really feel that deep contraction of the quad muscle as you come to standing, but don't snap that knee. Last one, tap the hip, bring it down, and then tilt the body forward. Right leg stays straight, left leg stays straight as possible, and then soften the front knee, pull the back leg to meet the front leg and come into your forward fold. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth as you roll the spine back all the way up to standing. Breathe in deeply, lengthening each vertebrae in your spine. Sweep those hands back up overhead, come back down to that halfway squat. Slide your right foot back into your lunge. Drop the knee. Now we're gonna lift and tilt. Tap the foot down, drop the knee, lift and tilt. Tap it down. Use your glute to reach that leg up high and reach it away from the hip. Try and control the foot. Your left leg working really hard as you power like your pendulum. Last one. Reach and lift. Drop it down, straighten both legs into a forward fold. Soften the front knee, pull the back one to meet it into a full fold. Inhale through the nose, exhale, roll the body back up. One vertebrae at a time, reach those hands up overhead and back into that little semi-squat. Slide the left foot back. Bring the knee down, lunge, bring it up and lift. Find your balance, unlike me. Drop it down, lift. So you really have to use the glutes here to support you as you come up into that hinge. You have to use the glutes to keep that left leg in extension the whole time. You have to find your core Engage your balance, unlike I was just demonstrating, and keep those shoulders away from the ears. Make sure your knees are tracking over your toes. Move slow and with purpose. Last one. Drop the foot down. Fold over your front leg. Soften the front leg. Pull the back leg in to meet it. Hip distance in your forward fold. Inhale, exhale, roll your spine up. Stacking it. One vertebrae at a time. Sweep the hands up. And then down by your sides. Good job. We're going to bring ourselves down to the mat now in a full forward fold. So roll your spine down, one vertebrae at a time, pulling that navel in, articulating each vertebrae on the way down. Once you can't bend anymore, soften the knees if you need to. And we're just going to walk our hands out. 3, 2, 1, and drop the knees. Uncurl the feet, so you should be on your hands and knees now in your quadruped position. And we're just going to move into our bird dog, so challenging that stability and control in the core. We're going to slide the left leg back and the right hand forward, and then float them back, both up to your long line. Just lower and lift for 6. Drop it down, keeping that back leg spinning into parallel the whole time, keeping the navel pulled in towards the spine the whole time. Feeling that length from the fingertip all the way to the foot the whole time. And this is our last one. Lift it up and then hold it up there and open it out to a T. Close it in for 6. Open for 5. Keeping that belly drawn in, the spine nice and long and still. 3 more. 2, don't collapse over to the right side. 1, pull it into center, drop it down, slide the hand in, slide the foot in, move straight away over to the other side. Pick your right leg up, float the left hand up, anchor through your right hand, find that length in the body, length in the spine, and then lower and lift. Use your breath, inhale to tap it down, exhale to lift it up. Inhale to tap, exhale to lift. Keep that navel drawn in. Do not let your spine shift shape at all. Last 2. Keep that thigh spinning in towards the center of the body. Last 1, hold it up there. Now open to your T for 6. Close it in. Keep your rib cage knitted together in the front of your body. Don't sink over into that left hip. Keep pushing that right armpit, right oblique down towards your hip to keep that waistline engaged and long. Last one, open. Back to center, drop it down with control, pull the knee in. Let's just give ourselves a little cat-cow stretch. Tilt the pelvis forward, lengthen the sternum away from the belly button, pull the shoulders down and back. Look straight ahead. Exhale, tuck the tail under, pull the abdominals up, lengthen the tailbone, the whole spine, stretching each vertebrae and each rib away from each other. Inhale again, tilting that pelvis, pulling the shoulders back, lifting the heart away from the pubic bone. Exhaling, tucking the tail under, maintaining that length in the front of the body while stretching the back of the body. And then inhale into neutral. And we're just going to come around onto our back side, or to seated, and have our knees in a soft bend, our spine stacked up nice and tall. And just put your hands on the front of your knees for a minute, and then slide your chest forward, your thoracic spine forward, reaching your fingertips towards your toes. Take a minute to reconnect with that breath again, breathing in through the back of your rib cage, in through the nose. Exhale, pushing into the heels, lifting the pelvic floor, feeling like you're dragging your heels towards you as you draw your rib cage down and in. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. And then on your next exhale, stack your spine back up so you're seated nice and tall on those sit bones. And then we're going to go into a full roll up. So you're going to extend your legs long in front of you and bring your hands to your ears. So stand up nice and tall and flex your toes towards your face. Try and straighten your knees as much as possible and push your heels into the floor. Then as you exhale, you're going to begin to curl with that lower back, pulling your navel back, scooping the abdominals, hitting that lower back, mid back, upper thoracic spine. Nod your chin, don't jam the chin into the chest. Flex it up, push into those feet, all the way up and over, bringing your face over your knees, but keeping your pelvis perpendicular to the floor, and then stacking the spine. Exhale, lead with the lower back. Articulate through the spine, one vertebrae at a time, lengthening, bringing the pelvis and spine into neutral. Exhale, nod the chin, pull the ribs to the hips, flex the torso up and over, face over knees. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, tuck that tail under. If you're struggling to come down, bend your knees. And then once you get to that point where you're stuck, straighten your legs and allow that to act as a counter lever as you come down to the mat. Then you can bend the knees, nod your chin, flex forward, and use those feet as a counter lever to bring you back up until the pelvis is stacked vertically. So don't hinge the pelvis forward, let it stay perpendicular to the floor, and then lengthen the spine again. Let's do 3 more. Curl the tail under, peeling the spine down to the floor, one vertebrae at a time. Lengthen to your long line. Nod your chin, curl the ribs to the hips. Use your glutes together with your abdominals to flex you up and over, and then stack the spine, lengthening and growing taller. Last 2. Curl it back. Lengthen the spine. Nod the chin. Pull it forward, all the way forward, keeping the pelvis vertical. Lengthen the spine up, one vertebrae at a time. Release the hands. Let's draw the knees up, and we're just going to curl back behind the sit bones and pick up the right leg, and then pick up the left leg. We're just going to hold our balance here behind the sit bones, squeezing the legs together, and then reach the hands long. And we're going to plant that lower back down, exactly like we were doing with our roll downs, and then pull it back up. Now if you need to, you can do this with your feet down. Curl it back and pull it back up. Curl it back. Pull it back up. Really challenging the abdominals here. Pull it back. Lifting it up. One vertebrae at a time. We're going to add on. As you're going to curl it back. As you come up, you're going to extend one leg. Curl it back. Lift it up, extend the other leg. Curl it back. Lift it up and extend. Curl it back. That's it. Don't jam your chin into your chest. Lift it up and extend. Last set on each side. If your feet are down, you curl it up. Lift and extend. Bring it down. Last one. And extend. This time we're going to extend both legs as we come up into our teaser. Lift and extend. Now if you need to, you can grab onto the back of your knees, lengthen your spine, find that nice long connection before you reach those hands into your teaser, and then roll yourself back, lower the legs down one vertebrae at a time, and stretch your arms up overhead. We're just going to move into a counter stretch, so pull your heels in nice and close to your bum, bring your hands down by your sides, open the front of your collarbone, find the nice neutral pelvis even, and then roll your spine away from the mat, coming into your glute bridge. Inhale at the top, exhale, massage the spine as you roll each vertebrae back down one at a time, controlling it. So really try and control your knees so that they're not wiggling around. Keep rolling up with your breath. Exhale to roll up. Inhale to pause at the top, connecting the pelvic floor, stretching out the quads, and then exhale to roll it down. Don't crunch up in the chest or crowd your collarbone. Let's do 2 more. Roll it up, pushing it into the heels, lengthening the front of the body. Exhale, focusing on that control, keeping the spine really straight, massaging each vertebrae. Release to neutral. This is our last one. Roll it up. Connecting those glutes, that long line from the shoulder to the middle of the kneecap. Rolling it all the way down. And releasing to neutral. Let's tabletop our right leg. Push our back into the mat, into our imprint. Tabletop our left leg. Bring the hands to the head and flex up. We're going to do single leg extension now. So we're going to into our abdominal series. You're going to pull one knee in as you extend the other. And then switch. Inhale. Exhale to switch. Lift from the sternum. Use your bum to extend that leg. Try not to collapse the knee totally into the chest and hang on for dear life. You want to block it a little bit with your hand. And you can reach your hand to the outside edge of your ankle, or you can just hold on to the knee. It's just a little bit of extra neuromuscular coordination to reach for that ankle. Keep pulling that navel in. Keep the thighs facing the ceiling. Keep lifting from the sternum. Last one. Pull both knees in, kick them both up to the ceiling, flex the toes towards the face, and then reach your hands up and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, grab onto the back of your knees, pull yourself up a little bit, and we're going to move into double leg stretch. So this is a longer lever for the abdominals. You're going to reach the arms and the legs to your hollow hold, and then pull them both in. Inhale to reach, exhale, sweep it around. Inhale to reach, up, exhale. If you find that's hard on your shoulders, you can reach your hands towards your toes, and then bring them to your knees. Reach to your toes, pull them into your knees. Otherwise, it's like you're drawing a hat off your head and then circling it back in to touch your ankles. Breathe it in. 2 more. Last one. Breathe it in. Grab on the back of your knees. Pull yourself up to that back balance point. Extend the feet. Maybe hold on here. If not, reach for your teaser. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab your right leg, draw your lower back down, pull your right leg in for your scissors. Exhale to switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. You can do a gentle pulse at the bottom. Exhale, exhale, inhale, switch. Exhale, exhale, inhale, switch. But get that feeling of lengthening up through the sternum, lifting your chest up towards the ceiling rather than jamming your chin in towards your chest. Stretching the hamstrings equally while you work those abdominals. Breathing slow and controlled in through the nose, out through the mouth, pulling the navel in. Last one on the left. And then pull both legs up to the ceiling, bend your knees, rock yourself forward, find that balance point, straighten those legs, hold on here, or reach. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab onto the knees, bend those knees, drop that lower back down, keep the head up, hands come to the outside of the ears, double leg tap, tap those toes, lift them back up to tabletop. Inhale to tap, exhale to pull them up. Inhale, exhale. You don't have to touch the floor if you're struggling with these. Just do single leg and pull them in with your exhale. If your back is lifting away from the floor, then bring one foot down, really push that back in, and then lift the other leg up. Otherwise, glue those legs together like they're one. Keep rolling the ribs towards the hips, tapping those toes down towards the mat.
with that soft bend in the knee. We've got 2 more. Tap. Don't jam your chin into your chest or pull on your head. Last one, tap. Pull it in. Grab onto the back of the knees. Rock yourself up behind that balance point. Extend those legs. Again, hold on. Or maybe even you want to try and modify it and reach those hands up to your modified boat pose or your modified teaser. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll yourself back. Bring yourself all the way down for a minute. Hands to the sides of your head, feet on the floor. Tabletop your right leg. Push your lower back into the floor. Tabletop your left leg. Flex up. We're going to do bicycle. We're going to twist to the right. Extend the left. Pull it back into center. Twist to the opposite side. Into center. Move slowly with control. Think about that armpit lifting up towards the knee, not the knee pulling in towards the elbow. We've got 3. Use your bum to extend that leg. Think about your right rib cage twisting towards your left thigh. Then your left rib cage twisting towards your right thigh. Your sternum is lifted the whole time so that only the bottom of your scapula are touching the mat. Last one on the left. Into center. Grab onto the back of the knees. Rock yourself up to that balance point. Extend the legs. Hold it there. Or last one, if it's for you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, belly in, 3, 2, 1. Grab onto the knees, roll yourself down, heels in close to the bum. Let's counter stretch that out. With your exhale, roll your spine away from the floor, 1 vertebrae at a time, up to that glute bridge. Inhale, exhale, massage each vertebrae on the way down. Squeeze the glutes and then release them as you come into neutral. Think about that pelvic floor as you come up on your exhale. Massaging each vertebrae, stretching those knees away. Inhale, exhale, lengthening all the way back down and releasing into our neutral. Good job. We're going to roll over onto our side, onto our right side. And we're going to come up so that our hands, our knee is stacked under the hip and the foot goes backwards, and then we're going to come to this side angle or like modified side plank. So extend your top leg out to a long line. Make sure your knee is comfortable, so if you need to pad it or cushion it, that's totally okay. And make sure you have this energy coming all the way from your hand up through your shoulder and to the hand above. Square your hips, lifting up, lift the bottom waistline, and then when you're ready, you're going to lift that top leg. And we're just going to reach the hand, lower the foot, lift it up. Reach, little gentle side bend, exhale, working the obliques, lift the leg, lift the hand. You have to keep pushing into that bottom knee to find that control in the glute. Keep the waistline lifted, try not to sink into the shoulder. 3 more, pull the navel in. 2, 1, bring it down, and then just release the hip for a minute, just counter stretch. Come straight back up, hand under the shoulder, knee under the hip, square the body again, find that energy from the wrist up through the shoulder, reach up, lift up the top leg. Now we're going to do little circles, forward, down, and back. 2, pulling the navel in, 3, 4, 5, 6, change direction, forward, up and back, 6, 5, that's it, keep that belly pulled in, 3, stretch that fingers long, last one, hold it there. Now we're gonna flex the ankle, drop it down, point the toe, lift it up, flex and drop, point and lift, flex and drop, point and lift, flex and drop, point and lift. Last 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, bring the hip back to the floor, reach your hand towards your toe, opposite hand overhead. Good job. This time we're going to come down onto the elbow, and you're going to still keep that bottom leg bent and your top leg extended, but we're going to lift the hips and push into that knee and then bring it back down. So you're really going to engage that bottom leg and get that little side bend. So when you're ready, pull the waistline away from the floor, push into the elbow, inhale, exhale, push, inhale, release. Exhale, lift the hips, inhale, release, push, and down, lift it up, and down, last two, lift it up, and down, last one, and bring it down, slide both knees in together, make a fist with your right hand. If you need to, you can bring your head down into your hand if you find that your shoulder's getting fatigued. Otherwise, make a fist and really push into that elbow. You've got a long bend at the hip and a long bend at the knee, but your heels are in line with your pubic bone. And then lengthen the waistline, so feel like you're pushing that top hip away. And then we're going to open the knees and then close them in. Now we're going to separate the feet. So you're going to open the knees and then lift the foot. Now keep that knee above the ankle as we close the legs in and lift them back up. Close them in, lift them back up. So you almost want to feel like you lead with your knee to come down and lead with your knee to come up. Heel goes up, knee comes down, lift it up. 4 more. If you have any tension in your neck, look down at your arm. 2, 1, and close it in. We're going to come up into a full side plank now, so bring yourself up onto your knee. You can either stay with the foot back or cross it back behind you like this. If you really need to, keep that knee down and just hold in that side plank, but lift the top leg and hold. Otherwise, we're going to try and challenge ourselves for 10. So pull the belly in, stack the ribs, stack the hips, pull the bottom foot, and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock the hips, turn to face the mat into your plank. Drop your knees, lengthen your head away from your bum, uncurl your toes. We're going to do 10 push-ups. Elbows go down and back, and we're doing Pilates push-ups. So we go down for 3 and up for 1. So it's really slow. 3, 2, 1. Push away. Down for 3, 2, 1. Push away. And 3, 2, 3. Push away. Squeeze your glutes. 4, 2, 3. Push away. Pull your belly in. 5, 2, 3. Power through those arms. 4, 2, 3. Push away. 3. Use your breath. Inhale slowly into the back of the rib cage. Last one. Push away and then push your hips back. Stretch your arms. Stretch your glutes. Round your belly away from your thighs. We're going to flip over to the other side. So you're going to come onto your hands to begin with your knees down. So come so that you're kneeling to set yourself up properly. Your knees directly into your hip, and then bring the hand down. Open the leg out to the side. Create this long waistline. Reach your hand up and just check if you got one nice long line from your wrist all the way up to your other hand. Stack your hips on top of each other. Lengthen the bottom waistline. Stack your shoulders. And then when you're ready, you're going to pick up that top leg. And we're just going to reach the arm overhead, drop the foot, push the hip and the rib cage up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, pull it all in, little oblique crunch on the top side. Inhale, flex. Exhale, lift.
Reach and bend. Exhale to lift. Reach and bend. Really focus on keeping that bottom glute engaged so you don't rock forward and backward with the movement. Using your top waistline to help lift the torso and lift that leg. The bottom shoulders away from the ear. Last one, and then lift the hands up. Flex the toes towards the face. We're going to lower the foot down. Point and lift. Flex and drag. Point and lift. Flex and drag. Point and lift. Lower. Keep those hips stacked. Last 3, 2, belly in. 1, lift it up. Now circles up, forward, down, and back. Keeping the torso nice and still. Last 2. Last 1. And reverse direction. Forward, up, back, and down. Keeping the pelvis super still. Keeping that leg really long. Breathing. Last 1. And drop the foot. Sit your hips down. And reach your right hand towards your right foot and stretch the left one overhead in your counterbalance. Counter stretch. And then bring yourself up. Elbow is under the shoulder. And we're going to stack the knees and then push into that bottom knee. Push the shoulder away from the floor and lift that top leg and hold. And then same thing, we're going to reach it up and lift. Reach it over and lift. Really engaging through that bottom glute with this lower lever. And reach. Lift. Last 2, you should really feel this in that bottom glute. Last 1. Lower it down, drop that hip, stretch the hand towards the foot, counter stretch. Good, you can come on down to the elbow, or as I said, hand in your head, up to you. You're going to stack your hips. Lift the bottom waistline. A nice long bend in the hip, nice long bend in the knee. Glue the heels together. For the first one, just open the top knee, waking up that glute, and then squeeze it in. And then remember that feeling as you lift the heel and open the knee, and then close it in. Keep pushing that top hip away from the shoulder. You should really feel this right up around the top of the hip there. If you don't now, you will tomorrow. If you don't tomorrow, you're not doing it right. We've got 3 more. 2. Last 1. Bringing it down. We're going to come up into our full side plank now. So bring that hand to the mat. Lift up on the knees. Now you can stay with the knee down or challenge yourself. Make sure that you're not going to slide off your mat. I got socks on, so I'll slide. Lengthen up that top leg, reach the top arm, lengthen the bottom waistline, extend it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, pull the belly in, square your shoulders, 2, 1, lower the knee, square the body towards the front of the mat. And we're going to come back into that 4-point kneeling, tilt the pelvis forward, lengthen the spine in your cow. Exhale, curl it up in your cat. Inhaling, lengthen to your cow. Exhaling. And then back into neutral. From here, just open the front of the hip and bring your body down to the mat on your belly, and we're going to move it into our breaststroke. So we're going to start with breaststroke 1. So you're going to reach your hands up overhead. Your pinky fingers are on the floor. Your thumbs facing the sky. You're going to reach your toes really nice and far away from your glutes and pull your glutes down towards your heels.
Pull your belly away from the floor and have your nose just hovering. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and then roll your nose along your mat like you're rolling a marble, and lift your sternum and look towards your fingertips. Push into those fingertips a little bit. And then if you're comfortable there, you can float one arm, and if you're comfortable there, float your other arm. Lengthen and hold, keep those big toes down, and then exhale, bring the hands down, turn your head to one side, release your glutes. Inhale, push into the toes, pull the glutes back, turn the head towards the center of the mat, roll the marble, push into the hands, lift the chest, lift one hand, lift the other hand, lower both hands, lower the chest, turn your head to the other side. Let's push those feet into the floor again, squeeze the glutes, turn the head towards the center, and this time we're going to keep the hands down, but we're going to lift the feet. So lift that right leg up and feel like you're reaching it away from your hip. Then lift the left leg up, reach it away from your hip, and then push into your hands to lift your sternum. Now, if you're comfortable there, stay there. Otherwise, lift your arms and reach them out to a T and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower the body down. Turn your head to the left side. This time we're going to swim. So we're going to reach, bring our hands in line with our eyebrows, with our thumbs facing the ceiling. Our forehead now is facing the mat. We're going to inhale, reach the hands, lift the arms, lift the legs, look towards the hands. Exhale, turn the thumbs back, sweep them back, lift the sternum even higher. Inhale, bend the elbows, dive forward. Exhale, sweep it up. Bend, dive, sweep. Now you can have your feet up or down for these, but your belly needs to be pulled away from the floor so that you have no compression in your lower back. Lift, last one. Lift, bend, bring your hands to the mat and push yourself back into your shell pose. So hips come to heels, pull your belly away from your thighs so you get this really nice deep stretch in that lower back. And then roll your pelvis away, your belly away from your thighs, bring your knees together, hands back under your shoulders, curl your toes under, and then on your exhale, just hover your knees just a little bit, and let's hold it here. Pull your navel in. On your next exhale, straighten your knees, push your head back between your hands into your elephant pose. Try and lower your heels. Try and scoop the back and round through the shoulders, and then lengthen the back and look to the thumbs into your down dog. Scoop the abdominals, push into the hands, round the back, lengthen the back, release the sit bones, look to your hands. So you're getting the same sort of cat-cow stretch in your pike position, in your elephant position. Last one, scoop and lengthen, and then soften the knees, walk your feet forward till they come in line with your hands, and then come into a forward fold. Begin to soften the knees, bring the knees right over those pinky toes, lengthen the spine, bring the hands forward, reach the hands in front of your chest, power through the feet, stand all the way up, hands go up, little baby back bend, open those arms to that cactus pose, and then down into center. And you guys are done. So that was a bit of a Pilates power series. So we worked through the core, through the shoulders, and through the glutes and the side line of the legs. Just a bit different than what we've done before because we're always too knackered on our active stretch and recovery days. So even if you do nothing else this week,
That's a good one to do to tone your body all over. And you might actually feel that in your glutes tomorrow, because sometimes we're so busy doing all these hip workouts that we forget to focus on our stabilizing muscles. And those little tiny intrinsic stabilizers up around the hip, they need a good workout. They're what stop you from getting hip replacements when you're older, and also protect your knees. So I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you again.